Hi there, my name is Daniel and I collect stamps. Today we're gonna go through some more of the stamps I previously soaked a few weeks ago and let to dry in this book under press so they can get flattened. And we're gonna start with this page. They're kind of in a random order, so we're gonna take a bunch and we'll start sorting through. Here we go. We have a page of some US stamps. There's a bunch of them, so we'll go through those first because they're first country listed in Scott's stamp catalog. Scott's based in US, so kind of biased that way. Our first stamp is design 226 Victim George Washington, and it was issued 1932. There are also a couple of coil stamps issued with the same design, but those are only perforated either on two sides, vertically or horizontally. Well, actually, that will be vertical perforation, that will be horizontal perforation. It has minimum value and has some damage here. So this is going to our penny bin. Our next stamp is from 1950 series, celebrating 150th anniversary of United States Capitol. And this number is 992, and it also has minimum value. And let me take a quick look at it, but it doesn't look like a solid stamp. Yes, if you can see right here, it has some damage, so this stamp will go into our penny bin as well. This stamp is 1947 commemorative stamp celebrating 100-year anniversary of the state of Utah, and it also has minimum value, and it's pretty damaged. The whole top of the stamp is cut off, so I'm afraid this one is actually going to go into a trash bin, as it's just too bad to have in any collection. Our next stamp is another commemorative stamp from 1953, featuring the house of Theodore Roosevelt. It has minimum value. It doesn't look too bad. The cancel is a bit heavy. Let's see if the back looks good. I don't really see anything wrong with the back of the stamp. No seams, no creases, all perforations are there. I'll probably sell it. It doesn't look too bad. The cancel is a bit too heavy, but not too much. Our next stamp is from 1956 Wildlife Conservation Series. It is number 1079, and it has a minimal value. It says here, see numbers 1098, 1392, but those are not the same stamps. It looks pretty good from the front. I don't see any issues with that. The cancel is not heavy. There's no damage on the back. I don't see any folds. All the perforations are there, so it's a good stamp. I can sell it in my store. Another US stamp. This one is from 1954, featuring Columbia University. The number is 1029, and it's a minimum value stamp. Again, most of the stamps for quite a period of time between 1930 and I would say 1990, for all the used stamps, not all, but a lot of them have minimum value. So if you find a collection that has a lot of used US stamps from that period, don't get your hopes are too high. Most of them probably minimum value stamps, especially if they're all used. This stamp looks okay on the front. Let me check the back. The back is not too bad, so I don't see any faults, any damage. A couple of short perf right here. These perforations along this edge, a couple of them are a little short, but still looks like a solid stamp. I'll sell this one. Our next stamp is from Champion of Liberty series. This one's design 8557, which 4 cents, number 1110. You can see another one kind of following that, featuring another champion of liberty. This one featuring Simon Bolivar from South America. And again, this is a minimum value stamp. And this one looks like it has a tear in the corner, or at least missing perforations here in this corner. So it's considered a little bit of faulty stamp. So we're gonna send it to our penny bin. Our next stamp is from Liberty issue, and this is design number 491, and the issue was printed in 1954 through 1968. This is a 10-cent stamp, and this is number 1044 or 1044B. There are two different color varieties, and Rose Lake and Dark Rose Lake. I mean, on the screen it looks like a Rose Lake, but here with my naked eye I see this is a darker version. I think it's Dark Rose Lake. I can go see if I have two copies. Let me just double check something real quick. So I pulled this stamp out of a personal collection, and comparing to this stamp, I can see this one is lighter. So I believe this one is Rose Lake, and this one, the one I have, is a Dark Rose Lake. So we established this one as number 1044. These stamps were also issued in coils, but not specifically this stamp. And again, this stamp has minimum value for U stamp especially. Let's double check the quality of this stamp. Doesn't look too bad from the front. Let's look on the back side. And on the back side I see crease right here. See this line right here? This is the crease goes through the stamp, and probably another one right there. So this is not a quality stamp. If you can see that, it's under different angles. Don't really see it through the front, but still, this is not a quality stamp. We're gonna throw it into a penny bin. Our next stamp says Poland on it, but it's also a United States stamp. This is from 1966, number 1313, and this is for a millennia of Poland. Well, some countries have been on the map for over a millennia. United States only been on the map for just slightly under 250 years. Still, we produced a lot of stamps. And this one, again, a minimum value stamp. And I kind of don't like the quality of this. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, probably not. But this one has like the washed out ink from the colors. So I don't really like this one. It's not a pretty stamp. Sorry. I'll throw it in our penny bin. And this is absolutely random. This stamp, 5 cent, featuring Johnny Appleseed, and it's from 1966, Scott number 1317, has minimum value. The funny thing is, I live in Leominster, and this is the town where Johnny Appleseed was born. It's a local hero. I mean, I live near the plaza that was named after him, Johnny Appleseed Plaza. So this is absolutely random. I didn't pay attention to that stamp when I was pulling it in, but now looking at it, like, wow, this is so funny. Anyway, let's move on. This stamp is quite damaged, and this is going into our penny bin. Again, that's quite funny. I did not expect that. Anyway, moving on, our next stamp is from 1966, number 1322. And I didn't touch on this before. This stamp has a tagged variety. Tagging is a process that was applied to some stamps during for some of the period, and it requires UV light to be detected. And since we cannot show UV lights in the video, we're gonna just ignore this for now. If someone who wants to get deeper into the tag stamps, you're more than welcome to find more information online. But again, this stamp has minimum value and doesn't look too bad from the front. Let's flip it over. See how it looks on the back. yeah, I don't see any damage or anything. Looks pretty solid. Yeah, cancel is pretty light. Well, sort of. Again, not a bad stamp. We can sell this one. Our next stamp is a commemorative stamp again. It was made in 1965. Catalog number is 1266. Has minimum value. Featuring international cooperation year of 1965. It has a looks like missing perf here in the corner. So let me take a look at the back. But I don't think we're going to be keeping this stamp or trying to sell it. This one is going to go into our penny bin. And I guess a lot of people know this guy. Well, maybe not his face, but his name, Walt Disney. This is stamp was printed in 1968. It's a 6-cent stamp, number 1355. And I assume he was dead by then because U.S. stamps, U.S. Post Office, they don't make stamps of anybody living. So I don't remember his date of death, but I think he was dead by then. Sad. Again, it has minimum value. It has some varieties. So when we start getting to multicolor printing, sometimes you start missing some of the colors. And this one lists several colors that got missed on some of the prints. Osher, which is the Walt Disney 6 cents, and some of the colors in there, which we have, so it's not that variety. Black, which I assume United States, which we also have, and blue. And we have pants and shorts, which are blue here, and I think we're not missing that one, or probably this color actually right there. So it's none of those varieties. So it's just regular old minimum value stamp. It doesn't look too bad. Let me take a look at the back side of it. I don't see any damage or anything. So looks pretty solid. I mean, the heavy cancel is a bit too heavy. It's a bit heavy, but not too bad. I think I'm gonna try to sell on this one. Our next stamp is from American Folk Art series, featuring Pueblo pottery. And the number, it was printed in 1977, and the number for this particular stamp is 1708. And it has minimal value. There is no varieties for this stamp, and it has pretty heavy cancel. This stamp is a solid stamp. Actually not. It actually has a pretty bad scene on the back here. Oh, sorry, the camera. I don't know if you can see it or not, but something pulled the layer. Actually, I'm misleading. I'm misleading you. Yeah, there's no scene. It's just the way it looked in under the light. But still, it's a heavy canceled stamp, and we're not gonna try to sell this one. We're gonna send it to a penny bin. Our next stamp was printed in 1754, design number 1143. The catalog number for this stamp is 1754. Again, it has minimum value, no interesting varieties, so it doesn't look too bad. The cancel is a little heavy, but I think it's gonna be a good candidate for our store. I don't see any issues with this stamp. No faults. All perforations are intact. I think I'll keep this one. I'll send this one to the store. We'll try to sell it online. Our next step is airmail stamp, and you can find those at the back of the country listing. They call this type of stamps back of the book stamps. There's several of those types: semi-postal, airmail, postage due, all kinds of stuff. We'll go through those once we get to them. It's funny though. This stamp is the most famous U.S. stamp, and we're to Jenny. Once we're going through here, we found the catalog number for that. It's C3A. But anyway, our stamp, is this stamp right here. C25 was printed 1941, 1944. Doesn't have any font varieties. Booklets are have some value, but this is just single stamp, and it also has some damage right here. If you flip it over, we'll see more of that. Oh, you see that? Yeah, it's just a bad stamp. It's gonna go into our penny bin. Our next stamp is Designer Postal 19. We have to find which number corresponds with, because there are several issues, different denominations. C37, which is another 5-cent coil stamp, and then C39 and C41. C39 is a 6-cent stamp, and 41 is another 6-cent stamp, but also a coil, right, only on two sides. So this number is C39. Again, doesn't have any font varieties. Booklets are a little more valuable, but this is a single stamp, and it also has a damage and some other, looks like damage from tape. Somebody applied the tape, and those are stained stamps, and you can see the tear there, the crease. So this is not a good stamp. I'm gonna send it to our penny bin. And lastly, another back of the book stamp. This one is special delivery stamp. Design special delivery 8, number E21. And you can see once we get into the back of the book stamps, the Scott starts add letters to the numbers. And this one's printed 1957. Again, has minimum value of 20 cents, and again it has this stain from probably tape that was applied to it. Yep, double-side tape, another Scotch tape or something that was used as a hinge for the stamp, and it's just damaged the stamp. We're just gonna, I don't even know, I think I probably just trash this one. This one doesn't look too good. Again, from that bunch, we're only able to save 6 stamps to sell at our store. So please don't forget to stop by my store, I Collect Stamps, where you can find more than 3,000 of single and sets. Gosh, I mean, these stamps right here, they're only 7 cents a piece, so not much value in there in anyway, but this is not a profitable business. This is a hobby. That's why they call it a hobby. Thank you all for watching. See you later. Bye.